All right, guys. Well, I'll get us kicked off here, but then I'm actually just going to hand it right back to Nicole. So I'm going to steal Nicole's line. It's become my favorite way to start webinars. This is simplifying payments for your members with a unified checkout experience on Salesforce. And if that is not the webinar you signed up for today, you're in the wrong place, but we hope you stay. We're really excited to talk to you about this today. I will be hosting along with Nicole Adair. I am the VP of Global Strategic Alliances at Advanced Communities, which is really just a lot of words to say that I facilitate the relationship between Advanced Communities and Salesforce and other partners in the ecosystem to come up with the correct solution for your organization. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Nicole, who's then going to take it away and teach you all about Salesforce.
Amazing. Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Adair. I'm a solution engineer at Salesforce. And what that means is I get to work with all of our nonprofit and association customers to try to align technology to solve your problems and make you better at your jobs and have more impact. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm really thrilled to be here with you all today. We go to the next. So here's our agenda. First, I'm going to start off by just introducing you to Salesforce if you are not familiar. And if you are, I'll be talking a little bit how Salesforce is specifically working with association customers and thinking about that member experience or that donor experience, whatever might be important to you. And then Rebecca is going to take us through Advanced Communities and their awesome product that's built on the Salesforce platform, AC Member Smart. And she's going to do a live demo where we're going to see that unified cart experience. So we've got a great agenda for you today, and we should have time for questions at the end. But let me start with talking about how Salesforce thinks about supporting our association and nonprofit customers. If you want to just go ahead and build that slide, I didn't realize it was a build, but we know that member expectations are higher than they've ever been, right? And this comes from consumer behavior that we see as well from all of our customers. And we do a survey of our customers every year called the State of the Connected Customer. And 88% of our customers say the experience is as important as the product or service they're getting from a company or an organization. Just think about that. So think about what you're offering, the services you might be offering as a nonprofit or as an association. The experience that your members are having with you is just as important as the product. Perfect. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you make that experience great. At Salesforce, we have what we call the Salesforce Advantage, and this is sort of our point of view on how to really bring a seamless member experience, a personalized member experience to your members. And that involves our CRM, and I'm going to talk about each of these pretty briefly. But CRM is our bread and butter, of course. That's how that is the basis for everything we do, the platform that we work on. That is nothing without data to really fuel it and bring that sort of 360 view of your member or your other stakeholders to the forefront. We've added in AI. So this is a huge priority for Salesforce, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then trust. Trust is our number one value as a company. And this is really important as we move into, it's always been important to us, but even more important as we move into these new areas of tech that can seem a little scary. It's moving really fast. And so this is really important to us. So let's start with CRM. We all talk about, I had a consultant once that I was working with as a Salesforce user say CRM stands for can't remember much. And I like that because I can't remember anything. But if you go to the next one, Rebecca, we'll take a look at what that looks like. And so if you can't remember much, right, about your constituents, we want to make sure we can serve that up to you in one spot. So here we have a member, Alex Garcia. We can see all the latest and greatest things that all the activities, all of the information about her, and drill into any of these tabs if we wanted to learn more. And so really this is, the idea here is that anybody can pick up where anyone left off. So maybe I had a conversation with Alex recently, maybe I won the lottery and left my organization, right, to go travel the world, and somebody wants to pick up that relationship where I left off. the CRM and all of the functionality that we provide gives somebody that ability to have that seamless interaction, pick up where I left off, and really take action with Alex in a really personalized and seamless way. So I won't beat this to death. I think we all know what a CRM is, but just wanted to give you a little bit of a foundation. This is everything that Salesforce is built on. Let's move into data though. When we talk to our association customers, data is the number one challenge that we hear from folks. How do we use it? We have so much of it. It's all over the place. And so at Salesforce, we talk a lot about data strategy with folks like you. And what that looks like, and the reason why we're doing this, if you go to the next one, is that many organizations have data all over the place, right? So I think 976 applications for the average company sounds crazy high to me, but have had association customers tell me they have 200 or more. And so, with the proliferation of data that has happened exponentially over the last 20 years, the changing landscape of compliance that we all have to take into account, data has become a real challenge and a real opportunity for all of our organizations. And hopefully this is resonating with a lot of you in thinking about your data and how you're using it. So this disconnected data leads to challenging member experiences, right? If we can't see a holistic view of our constituents. So if you go to the next one, we'll see, obviously siloed data hinders your ability to make decisions. So if you're having to do manual exporting, importing, lookups, you're using spreadsheets, all of that can lead to untrusted data across your enterprise. And so I'm sure you've all had conversations where you're like, wait, that doesn't look the same in my spreadsheet as it does in your spreadsheet, or I don't trust this data source because I don't own that data source. This leads to you making uninformed decisions potentially at your organization, and also a lack of agility so that you don't feel good about some of the decisions you're making. And it's giving you a lack of ability to measure performance and really use data as a strategic tool. So our solution for this, you go on, is, and this is what this looks like for your constituent, right? So here we have Sam Smith. In some cases, like on our web platform, she's Samantha Smith. In our POS data, she's Sam. Her email address is different everywhere we look at her because we have all these competing systems. And so our solution for that is Data Cloud, which if you want to go to the next one, Rebecca, thank you. This is where we use Data Cloud to really unify data. This is an add-on that you can look at if data silos are part of the challenge that your organization is having. And really, as we talk about, as we go into what Rebecca is going to show, that experience of bringing everything together and having all your data available to inform the experience that your members are having with your organization. This is how we do that. So we can bring these data systems together. So Data Cloud can ingest data from many hundreds of different systems with out-of-the-box connectors, where we can then bring your single, harmonize all of that data together. So Sam Smith, I'm not duping her account or doing any kind of data management here. I'm really just bringing her record together so I can see all the iterations of Sam that we have in our system. And then I can assign trust to specific sources. So maybe I trust my CRM source for her email over our event management system, for example. So we can say this is the email that we want to make sure we're using because this is the most trusted source, or this is the most frequent email she uses with us. So we're going to send email to that one. So we're really harmonizing that data, and then we can activate on it through lots of different tools, whether that's a marketing platform, an analytics platform, where we can take all of that harmonized data and really get productive insights. So it's an incredibly powerful tool. I won't go into too much of it here, but when we think about solving for that problem of data silos and that lack of data strategy, this is an amazing place for organizations to start thinking about how they might use their data in a more harmonized way. And if you go to the next one, what that brings us to is this unified profile. So we saw Alex Garcia earlier. Her profile looked a little bit different. Here we have Priya, who may be a member of your organization. And if you look at the right-hand side of this screen here where it says channels, this is Data Cloud gives us the ability to see where she's engaging with us. Is she on our website? What is she clicking on? Is she opening emails? Is she engaging with us on social media? We can track her interests here all in one place. And so all of her activity with our organization, we can centralize and see on her account, and also use artificial intelligence to give us ideas of maybe a next best action we should take with Priya. So Justin, the way that you can use data along with CRM to sort of surface these incredible insights about your members is really powerful. So that's CRM and data. Let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, probably that you're all feeling, AI. We at Salesforce, this is a huge, investment that we're making. We have a whole bunch of, I think, 6 or 8 AI councils within Salesforce who are looking at different aspects of AI. How do we do this ethically? How do we do it quickly? How do we take advantage of, all the latest and build on all the latest technology to bring this to our customers and to you? So if we go to the next one, we know that if you think about the pace of change in technology, so think about how long it took us to get from having a computer to having the internet to the smartphone, and then how exponentially quickly it has increased since then. I feel comfort in knowing that I work at a company who is paying attention to this and is building things in an ethical and inclusive way to take advantage of the pace of change and take advantage of this as an opportunity to really seize the day and bring this to our customers in a way that's really tangible. You go to the next one. So we are in an AI revolution. You all are feeling that, I'm sure. Um, we've been doing this in our platform for about 10 years, not since 2014 is when we first launched predictive analytics in the platform. Then we went to generative. Everybody is probably familiar with ChatGPT and all of the things that came out of that. We've really built that into every aspect of our platform so that folks can take advantage of that. And if you want to build this slide, Rebecca, we just entered the third wave. So we just launched Agent Force, which maybe some of you've heard of, and that's really these autonomous agents, autonomous AI and agents who can actually be an assistant to you and take some of the low value tasks that you might be doing, like for example, registering somebody for an event or something like that. The agent can do these things for you. They're called agents because they have agency, but we're controlling what agency they have, right? So we're putting parameters about what they can and cannot do. And I won't talk too much or show too much of that, but just know that we are on the forefront of this and looking at how we can help build agents and AI into our platform so that we can take some of those low value tasks off your plate and give you more time to have high value with your members. So you can spend more time giving that personalized, really relevant experience to them. Here are some of the predictive and generative AI capabilities that I have thought of, just that, and customers have told me are important for associations and membership organizations. This is by no means a complete list. These are just ideas. And I've grouped these across the kind of member experience you have with your folks across awareness, and then acquiring them as members or donors or volunteers, whatever is relevant for you. And then really engaging them in different ways, and then hopefully having them renew their membership or give another donation or continue to engage with your organization. And what we can send this out. Yes, we're recording it. We can send out the deck so that you can have this in, to sort of launch ideas for your organization. And we'll go to the next one. Agent Force, I just mentioned, we just launched this at Dreamforce this year, which is our big user conference that happens in September. So this is relatively new, just went live in October, a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. And this is the idea that, you see the Salesforce platform here. We've talked about Data Cloud. The stakeholder 360 is really where all of the user interfaces for our technology sit. So this is probably where you're interacting with Salesforce, either through Sales Cloud or Nonprofit Cloud or Marketing Cloud, or whatever other user interfaces you have. And then on top of that, we've built this agent force to give you the ability to augment your staff and build those agents that can drive success for your organization with a human at the helm. So we are really emphasizing that this is a partnership between artificial intelligence and humans who have to be there. Nope, keep going. That's perfect. And then lastly, we have trust. I won't spend a ton of time here. If you build the next slide, Rebecca, we've got, you can see our platform. I'm not going to go into this. You all can look at it. The two things I want to emphasize, if you build this one more, Rebecca, is that we have Hyperforce. This is the framework that allows us to be in a public cloud, to have data residency in different countries, to make sure that we're compliant, and to make our clouds sustainable, quick, available. So this is the infrastructure that everything is built on within Salesforce. And then you'll see this trust layer at the top. So this is really, while we have a lot of security built into our platform at the Hyperforce level, we have additional tools that folks can use if they want to track changes that are happening in your metadata or your data, to provide identity management, to really assist with making sure that any artificial intelligence that you're using is secure and it's not being retained by public models and that kind of thing. So just know, trust is a huge part of everything that we're doing and everything that we're building within our platform. And then we have, the ability on top of this, if you see this tools, this is where partners like Advanced Community have the ability to build on our platform and bring you really purpose-built solutions for different use cases and different needs for organizations. And so we are very adamant about making that easy and secure for all of our users and all of our partners to build on. So that, I think, is my last piece. And I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca to talk about how they are building on the Salesforce platform.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. That was fabulous. If you've been to any of our webinars before, Nicole and I tag team a lot together. So, and this is actually our last webinar of the year. So thank you for being here with us. It's a really cool year of the webinar. We are Advanced Communities AC to our friends. You'll hear me talk about us as AC all the time. And we have been building engaging experiences on Salesforce since 2008 as both an implementation partner of Salesforce and a product partner. We have actually this number needs to be updated. I think we have about 85 colleagues powering us now, but we are all over the world. We've got a team based out of London, out of the US, out of Ukraine, and we have multiple folks on our team in many different countries as well. And I'm very proud to say we have a 55% women to men split. Now, one thing I really want to talk about today is sort of the AMS or membership side of the business. So when we're thinking about AMS for membership management, we're talking about not just membership, but also engagement. So any one of you knows that runs a nonprofit that works for a membership organization or an association. The biggest hurdle is not necessarily getting people in the door, it's keeping them engaged once they're in the door. And so not only do we provide sort of the platform for you to create membership subscriptions on Salesforce and a platform that is completely native, right? So we're built on force.com. We allow people to join a membership organization via a subscription model. We offer the payment functionality for them to become members within the portal for either sort of an automatic payment or even a manual payment. But we also allow them to become more engaged within the community by being able to host things like events. So the events module, which we'll see today, allows you to host hybrid events, virtual events, in-person events. We have a Zoom integration, which makes your webinars really accessible, and it also puts your data directly from your webinar straight into Salesforce. So just by being here in this room today and being a part of this webinar, you're actually using our product. The way that you registered via the landing page, the way that you accessed the event, the way that you joined this webinar today is actually using Advanced Communities events product. We also have member directory, which allows you to view individuals within the organization, and you can segment this data so that people maybe only see people within their region, for example. We also have an organization directory. So if your members are companies or organizations, we can do that model as well. We do offer continuous learning through CPD points or continuous professional development points, gamification. We give people the opportunity to join training sessions or courses. And we also allow you to track points so that maybe after you've earned a certain number of points, you can then up your membership tier or receive something special in the mail from the organization. We also have, of course, data and analytics, which of course Nicole just ran us through on the Salesforce side, but because we're entirely native to Salesforce, we utilize all of the Salesforce capabilities for data and analytics management. So running reports on things like how many people attended your event, how many people clicked into your Zoom webinar, how long they stayed, were they engaged? Those kinds of questions immediately join into or are related into Salesforce. I realize I'm all over this page here, but we've also got unified checkout. So unified checkout is something we're going to be talking about today, and I'm actually going to show you that feature. It's one of the features of Advanced Communities MemberSmart solution, and it allows you to check out with a membership subscription, maybe register for an event and pay for that event, and then also make a donation at the same time in one cart rather than having to make multiple payments. We also have a job board, which a lot of folks use for a job board, like sort of a traditional career job board. But we also have nonprofit organizations and associations using this for volunteer management. So individuals can find a volunteer opportunity that's available to them and register either to become a volunteer or apply to become a volunteer. One of my favorite examples of this is Doctors Without Borders. Obviously a very incredible organization, but in order to volunteer, you need to be a doctor. So you might have to show certification. You might have to upload, different certification documents. You might need to go through a much stronger vetting process. And we allow for that through our job board, volunteer board functionality.
Hey, Rebecca. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I got a quick question. If you want to, I'm sorry, you finish and then somebody
That's
put a
okay. Go ahead.
question and I wanted to have you answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, Jody's asking, will this solution work with EDA, which is our education data architecture?
It sure does. It sure does. It is not dependent upon EDA, but it is compatible with EDA.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, of course. Lastly, here we've got fundraising. So we offer you a fundraising tool. If you've seen GoFundMe, it looks very similar, except we don't take your money at the end if you don't hit your goal. So we'll look at all of those things today. And we know as an association or a membership organization, you've got key challenges, right? So I'm conscious of time here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide. I'd rather show you the live demo. But we all know that sort of attracting new members, retaining existing members, keeping your members engaged, like Nicole was saying, keeping up with modern technology, understanding how many new technology of evolutions are happening at the same time is really important. And you want your organization to stay relevant and on top of the newest technology. And so we work with you on that. And then also meeting member expectations. As Nicole was talking earlier, she was saying, obviously today we have higher expectations from our members than any other time ever in the history of membership. And it's because we've got, we've got things like TikTok, we've got things like Instagram. We're getting that instant cha-ching of pulling the slot machine lever, and we're all looking for rush, that hit, right? So we're looking for some way to be engaged that's fast and relevant and easy to understand and exciting and something new. And so what we're trying to do is enable you to offer that functionality to your membership. So these are all the ways in which we have tackled these different problems, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide. I'd rather get into the demo itself. So the first person we're going to talk about today is Dr. Katie Johnson. Now, the demo that I'm going to show you is of a fictitious organization we have called the World Medical Association, but we're going to walk through Katie's journey. Katie is an orthopedic surgeon, and she is curious about WMA because WMA has offered to help her advance professionally through training programs and courses. They've offered different conferences and medical events that she can attend. They've also given her the ability to join groups that are maybe regional or field-based, so particularly an orthopedic group of surgeons where she can get in and talk to other orthopedists and understand the problems that they're having on a daily basis and have a open line of communication with them. She might also want to grow her career. So through the connections that she makes at these events or through these groups, she might meet the right person that can help her advance to the next level of her career. She'll also need to access resources through the portal. So the organization, WMA, can actually turn on permission for her to be able to access specific resources that might be relevant to her patients. And then she can also sort of shop an e-store. Maybe she wants to proudly wear a WMA t-shirt, or she wants to make a donation or contribute to a fundraiser that's close to her heart. So with that, I'm actually going to switch into our demo environment. So right now, what you're seeing is what looks like a website, but it's actually the front end of Salesforce Experience Cloud. So everything that you're seeing within this portal can be tracked on the back end within Salesforce. So right now we're on the home page. You can see we've got the ability to view the member portal and to join as a member. We can also scroll down here and see, at a glance what WMA is offering. But we'll go ahead and join as a member. Now, you can offer as many different membership types as you'd like. We've offered 3, but we're going to go ahead and become a member of the main WMA here. The first thing you'll see is a banner that lets you know what it is that you're signing up for. And the second is asking you whether you would like to join as a person or as an organization. From here, we can choose our membership plan. So we're actually able to offer a manual or an automatic payment. And then we can choose the renewal terms as well. So being able to renew manually or automatically. And then we can also choose our payment frequency. And this is something that you as an organization have the ability to turn on and off. So you can actually decide whether you want someone to only be able to pay annually, or if you want to give them the option to update their frequency on the parameters that you choose. With Katie, we'll go ahead and join a 3-year membership here. From here, we'll see the confirmation screen. And then from here, we can confirm. Sorry, my Zoom bar is right where I'm trying to click, so I'm having to move around here a bit. And then when we get to this page, what we're going to do is actually just add this membership to the cart. Okay, so we've now added our membership subscription to the basket. Now, Katie's excited, right? She's just added her membership to the basket. She's looking forward to maybe adding some other things too. So she's going to go check around the website. Her next stop is events. So now that she's a member, she definitely wants to attend the annual conference. She wants to be, she's interested in this patient-focused medicines development conference. This one's the one that's coming up soon. So she's gonna hop into here. And from here, we're going to be able to see a description of the event. Now, this is a rich text field, so you can use your own logos, colors, fonts, hyperlinks, images, that kind of thing. And then up at the top here, we have custom tabs. And I say custom with a grain of salt because the reality is all of the tabs that you're seeing here are actually templated and they come out of the box with MemberSmart. but you can actually also create your own custom tabs using CSS or HTML, and you can add those up at the top. But we give you things like agenda. So this conference happens over the course of 2 days, and it has multiple agenda items. And so we want her to be able to register for those that are most impactful for her. And we can toggle between the days. We can also see speakers. And from here, we can open up each speaker and see a bio of them, maybe see their social handles. And we can also see any of the sessions that they are participating in. We also have a sponsors tab, so you can open these up and see information about the sponsors. We have a Google Maps integration, so you can grab directions straight from the landing page. Apparently, we're holding this one on Waterloo Bridge, so it'll be a really fun event. And you can also embed videos if that's interesting to you. So from here, let's go ahead and register. Now, it's important to note that right now we're seeing multiple different price options because Katie is not yet a member. So she can see her member price, a regular price, a VIP price. Now, Katie's going to join as a member, so we can go ahead and add her ticket as a member. However, once Katie is an authenticated member within the community, we can show her the price points or the price packages, which are relevant to her based on her membership. So maybe because she's an orthopedic surgeon, she gets a specific discount to where another member might not. Now, we have Katie's information, and we have the option to maybe purchase for someone else. Maybe she wants to bring a colleague, so she can do that here. And I'm actually not going to add someone right now because it's not configured here. From here, it's going to take us into event questions. Now, this is an in-person event, and they're going to be serving lunch. So we might need to understand if she needs a vegetarian option or a gluten-free option. We might need to also understand accessibility. Does she require a sign language expert? Does she need wheelchair access? And you can ask as many questions here as you need to. From here, we can add our sessions. Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked twice. From here, we can add our sessions. So these are all of the sessions that are available within the event. And from here, we can just click and add the sessions that we're interested in attending. And once we're through, it's going to offer to take our payment. So we chose a donation, or we chose an amount that was $100. So we're going to go ahead and add that $100 to the cart. And at the end here, we will get a success message just saying, congratulations, you have made it through the event registration process. And from here, you can add that event to your calendar or download the ICS file. Now, an interesting thing is, once we've gone through the process, we'll actually get an email that shows us our confirmation of the event itself, but it'll also show us a confirmation of all of the sessions that we've registered to. So it'll give us that agenda that we can then take with us to the event and remember the different sessions that we decided we were going to go to. Lastly, here we have the fundraising campaigns or the donation capability. Now, this is just a very minimal demo, guys. So you're seeing a flyby view of only 3 of about 12 components of MemberSmart. So we'll wrap it up with this one. But if you've seen GoFundMe, you're probably quite familiar with how this looks and feels, but this is all on the Salesforce platform. So we can see here we've got a $70,000 goal. We've only made about $3,800 worth of progress. And right now we're looking to make a donation. But maybe before we make that donation, we want to understand what this fundraiser is about. We also want to see if there's been any comments or any support prior to us. From here, we'll click donate. And the donation page will allow us to either choose a single or a recurring donation. And it will also allow us to either choose a preset amount that the organization has predetermined, or if you've got loads of money, we will just add our own amount here. Now our name pre-populates because we've already been inputting it throughout the system. And we can also decide if we want to donate anonymously, for example. So maybe not display her name publicly on the campaign. Once they have accepted the terms of use, we can click donate, which I actually wasn't supposed to do. Sorry, I'm going to back out of this because I want to add it to my cart. Oh, just kidding. Okay, I'll go through. Sorry, guys. I was supposed to add this to my cart. I'm going to go back. I do work in tech, I promise. All right, add it to my cart. There we go. All right, so from here, if we go into our cart, we then see that our cart has all three items, both our membership, our event registration, and also our fundraising. So from here, we can proceed to checkout. Right, and from here, I will put in Nicole's credit card number.
Hey, hey, hey. I hope it goes through.
Me too, girlfriend, me too. All right, and from here, we will pay.
Amazing.
All right. Now we'll get the success message on screen, but we will also get an email that says that breaks down our invoice, so we can save that for our records. And again, all of this information is updated in real time in Salesforce. So if we go into Katie Johnson, refresh her page here, we can see her membership subscription that we just signed up for. We can see her payment information. We can see her upcoming installments since she chose to pay her subscription fee over a period of time. And then we can also see her event participation. So all of this information updates directly in real time on the contact record in Salesforce. So from here, I think we should just open up the floor for any
Yeah.
Q&A.
We've got Tabitha is going for it with questions, which is awesome.
Great, thanks, Tabitha.
The first one is for the directory. Can you, or the job board, can you have job listings and volunteer listings, like two separate lists that are leveraging that functionality?
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
Okay, I thought so, but wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And then she also says, do you have a UI UX designer on staff or have any plans for that in the future to consider advanced end users experiences? They're trying to move away from paginated or single page, single clicks experiences as much as possible.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Actually, I should have said that in the beginning. That is our expertise. When it comes to Experience Cloud, it is the front end of Salesforce. So you want it to be as user-friendly and beautiful as possible. And Tabitha, we'd be more than happy to send you some examples of some customers that we have built websites for example, or built the user experience UX UI for. And actually, maybe Yulia is on this call and she is our webinar queen. We really should give her a round of applause. She has just managed every single webinar that we've done this year. And this, like I said, is our last one. So well done, Yulia. But Yulia, if you don't mind, maybe we can send her a link to the Guide Dogs UK e-commerce experience. It's a really beautiful way to show off the sort of complex UI UX skills that our team has. So thank you for asking.
Amazing. And her last question is, do your customers have access to the payment gateway for reconciling payments? Is the bank information also linked to Salesforce?
Yeah, great question. So we have integrations with Stripe and with Spreedly. You will also have your access to Stripe and Spreedly outside of Salesforce, but the idea is that, and to be fair, we really prefer Stripe. So if you're shopping for a payment processor, we really suggest Stripe, and it's a favorite of Salesforce as well. But what you can do is access that payment information within Salesforce at a tokenized level. So we're not saving And also Anna put in bookmark UK into our the chat here for examples of UX UI. For example, the payment that we made today, your organization will not see Katie's credit card details or Nicole's credit card details. They will only see a tokenized version of that. So maybe the last 4 letters, they might even be jumbled up. So you won't have anyone with access to their credit card details, debit card details, or bank information if you want to do an ACH payment or a direct payment. And then reconciling payments, I'm assuming you're just asking if that payment information is available in Salesforce to show that their transaction has completed. If that's the case, then yes, you see all transaction records related to the contact within Salesforce. So whether that was an event registration or a membership subscription or an e-commerce item.
Amazing. And I think
Okay.
that may have answered Jody's question as well. Jody, let us know. The question was, how is payment process being handled? This is an issue where we run into an understanding of the responsibility matrix regarding PCI compliance and ensuring we're covered. So I think you covered that by talking about how the payment method is stored.
Yes.
But Jody, if that did not answer your question, let us know in the
And
chat.
Salesforce is PCI compliant. And so because we're built on Salesforce, we follow their PCI compliant guidelines.
Those are all the questions I see in chat and Q&A. Are there others?
Fantastic.
I know we
And
only have like 1 minute left, but
is
that's
it
great.
possible to pay later for the items in the cart, for example, if I accidentally close the tab? Absolutely. Absolutely. We can send you an email actually that tells you that you still have items left in your cart you need to go check out. Or you can also just re-access your cart after you've opened the tab.
Amazing.
Cool, cool. I will give it 1 more minute for questions. Otherwise, Nicole, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I would just say we covered a lot. Our email addresses are here. Please feel free to reach out. We'd love talking to you and would love to talk about your specific use cases or questions. So definitely feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, and actually, could Anna, Yulia, I can see you're both on here. I'm so sorry. Can you please put the link to our nonprofit lunch in DC in the chat here and then also in the follow-up, because I'd love for people to have the access to that landing page. It's also on our LinkedIns. So between Nicole and me, we both have that LinkedIn landing page available. So if you just look us up, we'd love to have you there.
And it looks like we didn't quite get Jody's question. We've run into issues with that statement and need to be able to detail to our ISPO team where the responsibilities lie. So we can follow up or answer now if you know the answer to that.
Yeah, Jody, it sounds like this is a much bigger issue for you, and I want to make sure that you get your question answered. So I tell you what, let's schedule some time for us all to get together, and then we'll walk through it at a really technical level and make sure that you feel comfortable.
Awesome.
I love it. Thanks so much for your questions, guys. We really appreciate you being here on this lovely Friday. Happy weekend, and
Yeah, thanks everyone.
seeing you soon.